Hi, everyone, and welcome to Connections Resource Center. I'm Nat. I'm the Communications and Outreach Coordinator.
And I'm Rebecca, the Community Outreach Coordinator. It's nice to be with you guys on this beautiful, bright Monday morning. And this week we're talking about making math fun. Now, you
Quite
loved
the
math.
topic.
You loved math in school. I was
I did.
a math kid.
Yeah, no, I love math in school. I really was a math kid. I love puzzles, but not so good at math anymore.
Well, and it's true that I think a lot of parents are stressing about um, well, first of all, being their child's teacher at home.
Mhm.
Definitely. I've had a couple of parents, I don't know about you, but a couple of parents have reached out to me and sort of said, "Oh my God, I can't do this." And not only from the sense of feeling, that they have a lack of knowledge, but rather, first of all, that things have changed in the way things are being taught in the schools, and also just in terms of finding the time. Yeah, people are working at all get out from home and sometimes more hours.
Yeah, I think that especially that people are working, and some people aren't even home. They're outside working as well, right? So it's kind of hard balancing that. Yeah, I mean, I'm finding it hard too. I'm used to the kids going off to school and I'm at home. I do work from home. And so I'm able to kind of balance. Well, it's easy, right? Because there's no one home when I work. And then when they get home from school, then we do the school stuff. But now everything's kind of a jumble.
Yeah, yeah. And this idea of now we have all these roles to play. Are we mom or are we teacher? And it's confusing, I think, for a lot of working parents. My neighbor across the street is an incredible individual. She's been setting up emergency daycare centers
Okay.
for frontline workers who have to, as you say, have to go to work, right?
Hmm.
But they need someone to care for their children so that they can be on the front lines. And so her work is incredibly valuable. But she was saying the teachers have been sending her resources, and she's just feeling completely, and it's great, but she's feeling
Yeah,
overwhelmed, between her work, which is so critical, and the amount of information she's having to wade through for her kids. So it's hard.
it is. It is hard. I'm finding it hard too because, well, with four kids as well, I'm finding that each one is getting homework from different teachers. I mean, it's a little easier at the elementary level because it's just the one teacher. But I'm finding at the high school, you have quite a few teachers. We've got the French, the English. So it's really a learning curve right now that, we're still, and, you saw my rhythm clock, there's days when it just doesn't work. And I figure, you know what? That's okay, right? We need to learn and to kind of be flexible with our children. So, and
Absolutely.
I, yeah, for sure. And I think math is one of those most difficult ones.
Math is really hard because we learned it. I mean, at least I don't know, maybe I'm betraying my age here, but I was growing up, we memorized all of the operations. It wasn't like we actually knew why or how it worked. We just three times four is
That's right.
it was all
Yeah,
flashcards. And you carried the one. Apparently they don't carry the one anymore, or anything. So it's tough. But I think what's really important is for us to remember something that we had talked about here in the past, that it's homeschool. And so we have a tendency as parents to focus on the school side and
mhm,
like, oh, I have to do school at home. But really, the key word in homeschool is home.
exactly.
And there are so many ways we can use our own homes to support kids in their learning and in math particular. So I'm hoping this week to talk a little bit about baking and and math. So just even setting up for a meal, the dry bits of making a soup, or baking cake or whatever. And the wonderful thing about doing that is the outcome isn't a grade. The outcome is a cake that you get.
Yeah, it's like an awesome reward, the best reward, really.
And I get to eat it too.
As long as you follow the recipe, right?
Growing up, I remember my sister and her best friend tried to bake a cake and they put in baking soda instead of baking powder, and it was quite the cake. Gosh, so yes, attention to those details. And then I'm also going to be talking this week about tactile tools, which is just a simple way of saying, manipulatives that you can find around your home or different kinds of manipulatives that you can use for the four operations. I see Danielle is watching.
Hi, Danielle.
Hi, Danielle.
Oh, I think she sent us something else.
Ah.
Oh, it's cake.
All right. Cake is wonderful.
It
Cake is
is.
great. Well, you just had the most beautiful pink cake a couple of weeks ago. But yeah, I'll be talking about the four operations using different kinds of tactile tools. So it's
Mhm.
kind of a little bit about learning together too, which is such a
Right.
support for your child, knowing that you are in it with them, trying to figure it out with them. There's nothing more empowering, I think, to your kid than to know that they're not alone in the learning.
Mhm.
I'm
Right.
learning too.
Yeah, and to be honest, I enjoy using the tactile tools as well. I find them really fun, and it really helps. Like it's not only a visual, but a good manipulative because I don't know. I find that they seem to absorb the information so much better, right? Because it's visual, it's manipulative, it's everything happening at the same time. So it's just a really great way of learning. I just really love it. And I'll be actually I'll be doing the math clothesline, which is something that I I've done quite a bit when the kids are younger. And we used it a lot for speech and for, those kinds of games and whatnot. But it's also a great one for math. And I'm actually going to show everyone how you can use it, not just for the elementary state age, right? Because we always think of the younger kids with shapes and colors and, like skip counting. But you can also use it for high school kids. So I'm going to actually show how people can use it for all age, which is really useful, actually.
Brilliant.
Yeah, and then and that will be, what are our days again? Your Tuesday and Thursday. So your Tuesday will be baking and your Thursday will be tactile tools, right?
Right.
Okay, so my Wednesday will be the math clothesline, and then my Friday will be the magnetalk and spatial concepts. And the magnetalk is actually a tool that my two boys use quite a bit of because they were in speech therapy when they were younger. So it is very much a tool for language and listening skills, but it's actually a really great one to use for spatial concepts. So I'm
Right.
going to show people how you can use it and how to even make the magnetic board yourself as well from home. So
Oh,
that'll be a fun one too.
that is cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a really cool one. I really like that one for
Very cool.
sure.
And then we have new programming this week. So we actually have an afternoon guest today. We're going to start yoga on Mondays and music on Wednesdays. So there's going to be a lot more richness in the afternoon as well in terms of content, which is wonderful. And then we have our regular guests on the
Right. So
Tuesdays.
right, Tuesday, Thursday afternoon. So, and it's all at 2 o'clock throughout, right? So we'll have Laura Cobus from On the Ball Pediatric, and she's a physiotherapist, and she's going to talk to us about teletherapy, so virtual therapy, basically. So because there's social distancing, right? How do we kind of, find a way for children, especially who need to continue their therapy, right? How do we do that? So she's going to talk to us about that.
Cool.
And then we also have Sarah, who's coming from SD Aquatics to talk to us about, I guess, the new rules, right, for COVID-19 for CPR.
I had no idea that there were new rules, but it makes sense that there
It
would
does,
be,
yeah.
because of the
Mm-hmm.
transmission of the disease. So that will be really helpful for people
Yeah.
how to manage. If you see somebody injured, what do you do? So it's great.
Hmm. Yeah. We have quite a lineup this week. It's really fun. It's
It
gonna be
is.
busy.
But it's nice to see because I think what it tells us is that this is something that people are wanting and needing, and it's very gratifying to know that
Yeah.
people are benefiting from these sessions. So
Yeah, and the nice thing too is that people can go back and rewatch them as well. So if you've missed something, that's okay, right? Because everyone's busy. Maybe the times don't work for you, or maybe you just want to rewatch something, or your child wants to. So you can easily go back, and on our Facebook page, you just go to videos, and they're all there.
yeah,
So yeah,
it's
so
actually
Rebecca,
quite a nice library of videos, which is
yeah, we do. Oh,
yeah.
I see someone, Laura Ann, who's saying good morning.
Good morning.
And Danielle was saying great topics. I'll have to take a break to listen.
Yes, you must. You must. Yeah, it's well, that's it too. And if you can't take a break, Danielle, you can watch it later.
Yeah,
But
yeah, we really, sorry?
it is true that, people don't always have, like, 2 p.m. might be a busy time for some people, right? Where,
Mhm.
people are finally like, I need to get something accomplished for the end of the day or a project or whatever. But it's all there. It's all there in the videos. So,
Yeah. And you can go back and see, like, for instance, last week we actually had John and Kathy from the Rag and Bone Puppet Theater. That was really amazing. The Owl at Home was just hilarious. So if you want to go back and watch that one. And we also had Michelle from the Chelsea Floor School, a really great chat. It was really nice. So we're really, yeah, we're getting some really amazing guests on here.
it
Really
is,
happy.
yeah. What I loved about her was that sense of, we are social isolating, but doesn't mean that we can't be outside
Mhm.
in ways that are safe. It's actually so important for our kids to be outside. Um, she's just incredible. Period. The maps, this idea of maps and kids learning, where they're situated in their own neighborhoods. Such a great conversation.
Yeah, I especially like the story about the little girl who made a map with the purple tree, which I thought was just brilliant, It was just how imaginative, even just making a map. So yeah,
Yes, yes.
yeah, so I'm really looking forward to this week. Looking forward to welcoming everyone to our homes as well, right in the mornings. And like we said, we hope that this is really helping. Oh, look at that! Neighbors Buena Rada is here to say good morning as well. They're actually in NPI Light Connections. Good
Hey,
morning.
nice. Oh, this is it, right? These connections we're talking about. It's amazing. We're very blessed.
We are. And
Yeah.
in fact, because we're welcoming everyone, we really want to hear from everyone as well. So we actually have a survey that we would love, everyone in the Outaouais English population to kind of fill out. Tell us, what are you looking for? What do you need? What services and health and social services do you need? What kind of activities would you like to kind of see? Obviously, we have to consider social distancing, but there's Zoom, there's our lives. Is there any guests you'd like us to invite and connect with? So the fun thing too about the survey is you get into a contest and you could win one of 5 gift certificates for a local restaurant. So it's a great way to kind of, to help out our local businesses as well. So, and the gift certificate it's $50. So a
Love.
really great, and the date to complete is May 4th. So that's next week. That's quick.
Oh my
That's
gosh,
quick.
moving fast. So get on it.
Oh, and there's Allison.
Allison. Oh, we
Allison.
will be seeing you this afternoon.
For sure. So
Excited.
make sure, yes, I'm excited too. She said that Claire's going to be coming on as well with her to show off I guess, their bedtime yoga routine. So that'll be fun. So
Yes, my
make sure,
not sleep.
sorry?
My kids are not sleeping well at night. So this
Yeah.
will be a wonderful tool to know that, there's a way to help people to calm down right before bed. And oh God, Claire is so cute. So excited.
It'll be great. So make sure to come back at 2, everyone.
Bye.
Thanks so much. Bye.